Citadel Forged with Fire, we're doing a bit of a tips and tricks, just kind of like a starting guide, because I find that some elements in the game might be a little confusing for players. So this is my humble abode. I've been working on it for a while. It's got some floor and some walls and some little building structures. So to start in the game, you're going to want to create an axe. That's going to be one of your main missions, and you do that by collecting enough materials and then going over to crafting and actually picking an axe. There's a quest that kind of like leads you through it, but it doesn't actually tell you how to craft things. So in the game there are many things to build, create. You can click on whatever you need to create and it'll tell you the quantity of items you need. Your essential two tools when you start are the stone head axe and Solomon's wand. So you're probably wondering, it's like, okay, I built this stuff, where do I go from there? So there's this really neat kind of magic system. So we get that in the spellbook tab. And you see beside my weapon, I have two options. And this is like really with anything you kind of equipped weapon-wise, you can put options on them. So we're going to do self, and then we're going to choose our slot on the left, and then we're going to craft it. So that's going to be haste. That's how you sprint in the game, for those wondering how you actually run in this. Sprinting, nice, great. Cool, but you're going to want to put more abilities on your actual wand. So you're going to look at things and be like, okay, well I want projectile. And then you put that on the right hand side, and then I can craft it. And then maybe I want, I don't know, self, or, oh, I don't have the plant thing. I had a really cool plant thing, but I died while I wasn't playing. Yeah, we're going to do, we'll ignore it, we won't do that. But what we could do is we can collect these special orbs. So these orbs are going to change what we can do. So we can add that to the spell, and you can see how it kind of changes what options are present. So we still have beam and everything like that, but they're going to act a little bit differently. So we'll pick that there, and then we'll craft the spell. And now we're going to have this new kind of ability. And you can see it has that green property. So you can collect these special orbs in places such as when you spawn, you'll be able to go to like a natural acid pool, and there'll be like these circular kind of magical beams or like little orbs you can hit, and you can collect the essence from them in order to create new spells, and you just put that into your spell book. Again, very easily, add the spell, and then you're going to be able to create all kinds of weird different things. And it's about playing around with them and finding what you find helpful. Like I love having just a straight up arcane kind of beam. That's good for attacking. But you're going to want other things. Like I see, put my sprint on my axe because that just lets me get by easier. And I can use the wand for more like attacking based spells. And you got to watch your mana meter. So you see that on the bottom right. It's a little blue thing. Kind of the middle bottom right if you're curious. And then beside the red is the health, and you've got an XP bar below it. You can hotkey things such as vials. You put those in your LB or your RB. And then you can also craft other things that are helpful, such as, say, a fresh berry salad, which is kind of a healing thing. So then you click craft. You can also do 1, 2, whatever you want to make. And then you'll see the bar on the right hand side will craft said item. And it takes some time, and then it will appear in your inventory for usage, which is really helpful. So now we're going to go on to the building mechanics of play. So this is kind of like the creating stuff like my little house, which is kind of cool. So to access that, you're going to use left on the D-pad or platform equivalent, and then we're going to be able to create these various things. So this is the magic stuff. This is actually where you make your fire pit for the first time. So fires are how you like cook stuff. You do need salt to make salted stuff, just so you know, like the salted food. And you make a forge, which is what I made. Rune crystals are a big part of that. And then we got the minor things. So we got very helpful storage kind of options. So we got the storage chest, and then we have the respawn stone. So this is going to be really good for helping me respawn. That's what I kind of been working towards. And then we got like another magic thing. So the throne is important because it actually claims the structures you create. So you do need to have one. It's really cool too. It floats in the air there, and it kind of claims your little spot. So that's magic. Then there's a decorative tab. There's more tabs as you unlock new things. So you tab over, and again, RT and LT or platform equivalent will allow you to switch between what you're doing, and then you can add another floor piece. And you should notice that it says 25 plus 50, depending on the elevation or the style that you're building for your particular house. It will increase or decrease the amount of wood that is needed. And then you just tap LT again, and you've created another floor piece. So this is kind of bad because I created a hole in the wall as like a gateway path, which was not very bright. But, you know, because I assumed you needed that and then to put the door down, but you don't. So that's why we have this. You also make like diagonal floors, it's very easy to see it kind of move around, and you can easily get an idea of like where it's going to go. Then you can create walls, and you can put these up high, you can put them around here, and you can build really easily whatever you want. It does take quite a bit of collection though in order to build things, which can be a little bit tiring. And then you could do like the door frames, or you could do things not like a door frame. You could do like a window, which is really cool. So you could put a window, I don't know, right here, and then we have a window to look through, which is kind of nice. You do like a double large window, you can do a large door, and there's more options available. I just haven't necessarily unlocked them in the skill tree, which is something we'll go over in a sec here. So I could build like a second level up to my house, but I'd probably have to put like a roof down so people can't get into my building, obviously. And they put like support columns and cool stuff like that. So that's the crafting. Pretty easy going, easy to understand. Going on to skills, you can see the knowledge tree here. And then as you level, you get access to new knowledge. You get points every level to use in your knowledge tree. And it's split into 3 categories. So we've got like sort of attack, survival, that kind of thing. And then we've got more like survival elements like food or mana increasing, elixirs, stuff like that, equipment you can have, the brooms, ooh. And then we've got, you know, your structures. On the left hand side you've got more of like straight up base building. On the right hand side you have utility items where you're building like stuff that allow you to create more things, you know, like a tailoring bench, or you can have your chest. And you're going to want to create a closed off structure so other people can't access it, and then you can close your door. And you can do your own thing, which is quite a lot of fun. So when you're in the game, you're going to notice a lot of creatures and stuff kind of running around. You don't necessarily have to battle them. But there are things you need to look forward to in a game when you're looking for crafting stuff. So these rocks are going to give you iron. You're going to more likely get iron from those types of rocks. Sorry, we just got to battle a skeleton here. It's actually a little bit smarter to blast away the... That was weird. Okay, now we can go over fast traveling, because conveniently I died. Big X. That sucks. So there's 3 spots. I personally feel that the left one has a really good setup in regards to having a good spot that you can easily leave, collect resources, and go back and finish your starter quests. But I chose this one, so I'm kind of stuck with it. So you spawn in this like pool area, and then you're able to collect things. So these are one of the essential items in the game. They're rune crystals. You can also just cut them out using your axe if you'd like to. Then we got stones. Again, you could break stone rocks to do that. And we got twigs on the ground you kind of find. I don't see them right now, but usually like a tree here. So there's a number of cool spots in your spawn. This is a good area to go back to occasionally, because you'll spawn here if you don't have a spawn thing. And you can collect things such as like this mana pool. So you're seeing how it's filling my mana really fast. Some of these are like naturally spawning too, so you can find them out in the world. And then we've got like a health spot. Great. So in fast traveling, there are a number of options for it. So in each of the towers, you can activate a fast travel point, which is super helpful. It's these big glowing weird eye things, like the Eye of Saruman from like Lord of the Rings. Then you can go to it and you can fast travel. So I've been to a number of towers, and you can fast travel these towers. So this one is right by where my home is, where the throne is. So I can pick my tower and fast travel, and it's instant. I'm instantly right here. That's fast traveling. Super helpful. So there is some fall damage. Oh wow, usually I don't lose that much. And you can see how I'm easily back down here. That skeleton was kind of annoying. And then you want to regather your loot, which shows up as a floating special loot option. You know, it's kind of weird that skeleton did so much damage, considering I usually just like mess them up. Should maybe heal first. That's not a good idea. But I just kind of spam them from a distance using my wand. And then you just finish them off, and you can loot their corpse very easily. So I'm going back to talking about the certain structures. So aside from rocks, you kind of get a notice of like what is going to give you stone, what's going to give you more iron. And we showed off the iron rock previously. Now we'll go over to showing off the runes. So the crystals, rune crystals, these are going to give you crystals, and then you're going to be able to refine them in a smelter, which is going to be a big deal. So we're sitting here trying to collect them. You'll see they pop up on the left-hand side. It'll tell you how much you get. You can also collect things off the ground, like mushrooms and that's how you make your special stews. These are, I believe, the ghost orchids. And then the red type ones are your health kind of berries right here. And you'll find these all over the place, the crowberries. That's what gives you the health. Then you can collect from trees. Be careful that your items do break, so you might want to collect extra axes. It's kind of really helpful. And then we're going to kind of show off the smelting quickly, because that's the next kind of thing that I wanted to go over in this. So it kind of is about learning what to do in this. I spent a long time not quite being sure what I was doing, so it's kind of easier going now that I've gotten into it. So we go to the forge, and now this gives us new options to craft things. So we can make like flawless stones. We make iron ingots, and the iron ingots are going to allow us to craft additional things, and you got to wait till it kind of finishes. And then a little baggie will appear here, and then I can collect my loot and go on my way. Chest to hold on to things, which is nice. And yeah, that kind of covers, I think, at least some of the more advanced smelting, crafting, exploration-based things in the game, which can be a little overwhelming when you start, at least in my opinion. Oh yeah, we get the new abilities. Oh, why didn't that show up? So we're going to pick out... I think I want more mana this time around. We get health too, great. So you can click down on the D-pad or platform equivalent, and this map is going to really help you kind of understand where you're going. You can see icons. As you can see, like all this is stuff I haven't visited. So as you explore, you'll be able to see new things. New areas are kind of hardcore. When you want to start out, you want to sit in this area because it scales really fast difficulty-wise, and you don't necessarily get a lot of help. The quests are sort of just something to do. They're not too in-depth. But yeah, you could see like things such as, I believe, a Nash, or no, it's a monolith. I'm trying to look for like a natural. No, there's a mana pool, but there's also like health ones, and these are the hearts right here. And then you can go in and out, and you can see like, you know, where you want to go and stuff like that. It's a very helpful system. Spellbook, crafting, knowledge tree. Then the social, you can see who's in here. You can create a house with other people if you want to do co-op stuff. And then there's taming, which we're not covering today because I haven't gotten that intense into it. But yeah, I hope this kind of assists you in your survival and understanding things. So rocks are stone. Trees will give you wood. You can collect other plants and other things in the world too. Then you can build and you can create structures, or you could just go explore and you can go fight things. But definitely make sure you have your wand and your axe, or you could have a staff too, if that's your kind of thing. You know, if you want to have a staff. It's entirely up to you. But just remember, you know, you can build your throne to claim your home. Make sure you wall off your home so others can't get in. And then you'll be on your way. And I know my home's not finished, but, you know, it's in progress. I'm doing my best. It takes time to collect things, you know. And that is Citadel Forged with Fire. Hope that helped out with some things.